smart lab. We're our makerspace that's based out of In5. And we started in 2014, and since then we've had over 350 free workshops that happen throughout the year, mostly on the weekends and on Saturdays, but we do it at different times as well. We do it on a variety of different topics, but the three main categories are HAP, which includes embedded systems, IoT, and usage of hardware devices such as the Raspberry Pi and Arduinos, and these are things that we provide for you during the workshops. Then we have code, in which we work with APIs, frameworks, apps, and for these workshops, all you need is your computer, so you code along and you work together on a project. Now, the third type is data science workshops, where we work with artificial intelligence, machine learning, but overall, we cover topics like IoT, robotics, 3D printing, AR, VR, cloud computing, and so much more. Our audience members are a mix of different people. There are students, they are professionals, they are entrepreneurs. Anyone is welcome. These are free workshops. We want to make sure that you learn something new, build something new, or even just expand on your already existing knowledge. Now, our focus is smart technology and practical applications, and you can find us on social media at our mission statement, Make Smart Things, and you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also check out our live workshops. This is being streamed on YouTube, and you can check it out from our website, theassembly.ae. Now, we're going to give an introduction to our speaker, and I'm going to take over.
Alright, so in this workshop, Bilna Sandeep, founder and CEO of Market Lab and Homepreneurs, will discuss different forms of conversation marketing and how to combine conversation marketing with paid ad campaigns for different industries. She also runs a social media strategies and marketing agency to help you build a strong social media presence and get your targeted customers and business leads through the power of social media. She educates the community through a weekly business podcast called the Bilna Sandeep Show, available on all major listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Bilna also shares educational resources for small business owners through her page on Instagram called Bilna Sandeep. So Bilna,
thank you. Hello, hi everyone, good morning. Thanks for being here on a Saturday morning. I know it's kind of lazy mornings on Saturdays. I was lazy myself to wake up and come today. So I can see that enthusiasm in all of you. If you have made sure that you're here on a Saturday to learn something, that means you're really serious about your business. And that is why I'm here to give you some tips from my experience as a digital marketing agency owner that every one of you can implement in your businesses. So whatever the type of business you are in, we are going to look at different ways in which you can implement the power of conversation in marketing your business. This again, even if you're a personal brand, we are going to look at how you can look at implementing power of conversation in your business. So before we go in depth, because we have a small tribe here, I would love to know a little bit more about all of you. So how many of you here are business owners? Nice, that's nice. That's nice. So maybe, and what about the others? Like what sphere are you into? Are you into marketing or something else? Maybe one of you could say, what are you into? Yes. Program. That's nice, that's nice. What about you both? Okay, you're all from the same. Okay, so that's nice to know. So you're all in some ways, I'm going to tell you, even if you are into some career, we can use the power of conversation in everyday marketing. So I'll just start off with telling who I am. So I'll just take 2 minutes to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm the founder and CEO of Market Lab. It's a digital marketing agency, very specialized for the construction sector. The reason being, in my previous life, I used to be a civil engineer and a construction. I've worked in construction for 12 plus years, and I realized just when you think of construction, it's a dull and gray industry, right? That is why I decided to add some color of marketing, some magic of marketing into construction industry, and that's why I started a company called Market Lab in order to help construction companies make use of the power of digital marketing to get more business into their stream as well. And I'm also passionate about helping women entrepreneurs. Some of them here are all part of my Homepreneurs Club, which is actually a small club we run for women-owned businesses. And that is a group coaching platform where we teach women, we bring in guest trainers to teach them more about business and marketing strategies. And I also have a marketing agency that specializes for SMEs, which is mostly small and medium-sized businesses. So these are 3 things that I'm into. So because I'm a marketer, I'm quite passionate about social media, and so if while going through the session, whenever you find something that you can implement in your business, if you think it's quite useful to you, feel free to screenshot or take a photo and share. You can see these are the social media links of myself, Bilna Sandeep. You can feel free to follow me, or you can screen share, and I'll definitely share yourself on my stories. I'll reshare on my stories as well. And this is for the organizers. It is the assembly and make smart things. So feel free to follow me. So we will connect after this so that we'll keep in touch. So what is conversation marketing? So we marketers, we always try to show a lot of funnels in our own marketing, okay, in our social media. We talk about sales funnels, we show a lot of flow diagrams and try our level best to make it look complicated so that our clients think, oh, we can't do it ourselves, so let's go and hire this agency. So I want to tell you about a very small story. So last week, 2 weeks ago, I was in India. I just came back from India. I went for a 3 weeks vacation. I was in Kerala. So I come from a very small village, and my parents, they are retired and they are settled there in a small village. They're both living alone. So what happened is when I went home, both of them came to my home and they stayed with me for three weeks. So during this time, what happened is at their home, every weekend, my father he actually sends WhatsApp to a supermarket nearby, and he places orders for all the grocery. Because they are quite old, they don't go out much, so they deliver everything on doorstep. And this thing happened after COVID. Life became so much easy in Kerala actually. Everybody uses GPay and everything is much more easier. So when they came to stay with me for 3 weeks, what happened is that supermarket, the lady who sits at the reception, she called my dad and she was asking, uncle, auntie, what happened? We didn't see your order for last 2 weeks. Are you okay? Are you sick? What happened? So this is basically conversation marketing. It's not too big, it's not too complicated like we marketers say. It's all about personal connections, how you talk to human beings, human to human. So in that way, they are showing their customers, their regular returning customers, that they care for you. So that is what marketing is, right? It's about showing how much you are concerned about your customers. That is bringing trust. Now, the moment my dad goes back, he's going to go back to that same supermarket and get things delivered. So this is basically what conversation marketing is, bringing conversation into your marketing. So whatever that is, we can now from the next slides, I'm going to do like the other marketers. I'll show you how the complicated version of it is, but this is the basic essence of it, human to human communication. So different forms of conversation marketing. Of course, when you talk about conversation marketing, most probably you might think about WhatsApp first. So I've put that here, and you'll notice that I've put only WhatsApp in green because today's hero is going to be WhatsApp, but we will of course share about the other platforms as well. Then phone calls, SMS, Instagram DMs, Facebook DM, LinkedIn, chatbots which you might have come across on website. What else? Even the networking. Probably you're here, you might meet somebody today and they might become a client later. So that is also one form of conversation. You're talking to people and bringing business back to it. Anybody, also one-on-one meetings which you might have after this. You might get a business card from someone and you might go and connect with them and they might become your customers. So other than that, if you have anything else which you think you can include into conversation marketing, you can feel free to let me know. Whatever you think as conversation marketing, feel free to let me know. Now, how do you combine this conversation marketing with the paid ads campaign? So this is where we marketing agencies come into picture when we design paid ad campaigns for our customers. So everything used to go very well with the paid ad campaigns until this thing happened. How many of you are having iPhone here? So most probably you might have got this notification. And majority of the ones who have iPhone would have turned that on, that you must have told all the apps not to track me. I want to be private. I don't want people to track me, which basically means we marketers here are struggling and struggling to get to our customers because the pixels don't fire, the pixels can't detect, because the ones who use, not Instagram, the ones who use iPhone or MacBook, or so anything that runs on iOS cannot be easily tracked. So this is one of the biggest struggles we marketing agencies face ourselves, and when we implement our marketing strategies for our clients, their ad cost tends to go up because we can't retrack. So data. So the reason, so any ads campaign, data is the basis of everything. That is the most powerful tool that any businesses can have. So even if you're running an ad campaign on Facebook or Google or LinkedIn or whichever, the more data you have inputted or the more time you have been running the campaign and the more data the the platform has collected, it becomes much easier to get results from a campaign. So when it comes to the marketing, the data can be owned by you or it can be on rent. So when it says rent, that is basically whatever ads campaign you're running on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, Google, this is all like rented data. You're living in someone else's space. You don't own it. You don't know the data what that campaign has collected. You know you have placed a pixel on the website. Facebook has picked up the data, but we don't know what it is. We don't know who that customer is from that. So basically you're renting the data. Now, because of the iOS updates, even if we are not owning the data, even the Facebook themselves is not able to track it because the iPhone and Facebook doesn't talk to each other. So because of that, now we all come to the phase where we need to own the data of our customers. So when it comes to platforms like Zomato, Careem, all these are like platforms that own a lot of data. Okay, they are owning the data of customers because the moment you place an order through Zomato, they are collecting your data. They know everything about you. They know your address, they know your phone number, everything. So those platforms are running on data. They are all collecting data. So what happens is Facebook also realized this because they also need to move on to the next phase. That is why they decided to buy WhatsApp, because all of you are on WhatsApp, right? So that is another form in which people are reaching out to their customers. Just the example which I told about my dad, the supermarket in his nearby area, they're just calling him and they're placing orders. So that's the way they're communicating with each other through WhatsApp. So now we are going to a new era in which businesses need to start owning the data. So this is what the old age ads formats look like. What we agencies, what we marketers used to do for our clients is basically we run brand awareness ads. This can be on Google, it can be on Facebook or Instagram. So all these places wherein we are bringing cold audience. Cold audience means the people who do not know about your brand yet. They don't know anything about you. So you have run some sort of brand awareness ads and they have become part of the data collected by Facebook for you. Again, you are not seeing it, okay? It is collected by Facebook. Because of the pixel that you have placed on your website, Facebook has captured that data, and then the nurture phase happens, wherein we bring in a lot of new ads. We still show more ads to our customers, and that is the phase we nurture our customers, and then we go on to the sales ads, where people, this might take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. So that is a nurture phase depending on the value of your brand. That might be big or small. And then finally, when they see the direct sales ad, people might buy from you. So this was the old format. But the new model, now that we don't have data, we don't know the data of the people who are using, who has landed on your website from an iPhone or a MacBook or something. So now the model has become a little more extended. Now this is what we are going to try and learn today. This is basically, again, it starts with capturing the data, brand awareness ads. but the difference here is that there is one more step. During the brand awareness ads, we are sending people to the WhatsApp or a DM on Instagram or a lead generation form. So in that form, we might ask them for their phone numbers, or it is a direct WhatsApp ad in which the customer is sending a message to your WhatsApp number. So that is the moment you are owning the data of your customer. You know their phone number now. And then this is directly connected to your CRM. And in the CRM, once it is part of CRM, the next step is, if it's, for example, a real estate company. In that case, what they do is, the moment they collect the lead, they will call, the sales agent will call. So it could be a call, or it can go into an email sequence, or it might go into WhatsApp broadcast, or it might also go into SMS. So these all options are there. And again, the nurture phase, this is the same thing that happens, but it is all through your CRM. So you have a wider network, a wider way of reaching your audience, because you have the data. You're no more relying on ads alone, okay? And when you are retargeting, of course the retargeting again happens, but retargeting is not only through the ads, but also through WhatsApp, also through WhatsApp broadcast. So I look at different examples of how it is going to be done. And then the conversation phases, this happens especially in the case of e-commerce. You know there is abandoned cart. What happens is the attention span that our customers have now is like not more than 7 seconds. You know, so when you are looking, that is why the reels and all on Instagram, it works well and it is less than 7 seconds. If it is more than that, nobody has time to watch. Swipe up, you know, our hands are so much into swiping up and going to the next. That happens on your website as well. When somebody is trying to buy something, they might hear something in between, or they must just run away. So they might have put something in the cart, but they are not checking out. Not because they don't have money, or not because they don't like your product, just because their attention is lost. They forgot about it. So this is why another series of emails is abandoned cart emails. Plus also, if your business is big enough, if it's an e-commerce business, we can actually have telecallers calling them. Sometimes we have also noticed this, when the telecallers are calling, what happens is, the reason the customer couldn't check out was there was a problem in the payment gateway, but you don't know, right? So it could even be something small as that which you can correct, and that might bring the orders more to you. So this is why the power of conversation has become part of the new funnel. So now, so this is what happens. So like I said in the previous slide, what happens when the cold audience comes into is that they receive, the ads are sending them to the WhatsApp. So this is what happens, the WhatsApp ad that will send them to a welcome message. At the same time, it goes into the CRM of the website or whichever business you are owning. This goes into the CRM. Now, once it reaches CRM, you are retargeting that customer through different methods. One is WhatsApp broadcast. You have the option to go into telecalling. You can run separate campaigns, retargeting, SMS, chatbots. So here, if you notice, when it is around weekend, you start getting lots of ads from Centerpoint and a lot of big companies, right? There is weekend sale, and especially during the salary time, the SMS is more. Why? Because people has the power to spend at that time. When the pocket is full, people are ready to actually spend, right? So these are all part of the campaigns. Every day we are all part of campaigns by different companies. So this is what is actually happening in the power of conversation. It's no more ads only, it is always a combination of both. So now I'm going to show you how we are going to combine performance marketing with conversation marketing. So performance marketing is what you saw before in the very first slide which I showed, the old style, which is only based on ads, retargeting, sales. Now we are going to combine, we are going to add steps, and we are going to show how conversation marketing can be integrated to it. So one question that most of the customers will come to an agency with is, when is the right time to scale your ads? So basically scaling ads is, you have got a certain result from your ad. Maybe you spend 10,000 and you got a return of 20,000 from the ads. So that time they might ask, okay, that means the ads are working. Shall we put in more money into the ads? So here I'm going to show different scenarios in which before scaling what we need to do. So for example, this is the first scenario. You have run our ads. So you have spent 28,000 dirhams on your ads, and you have got a return of investment of 52,000 on your ads. Is this the right time to scale the ads? Not yet, because the first step you can add to it is, once you know that your ads are working, you don't necessarily have to increase the ad budget yet. The next step that a marketing agency would do for you is they will optimize your ads further. So they will test different creatives, they'll test different captions, they'll see where people are dropping off. So all these things they can actually test it out even before increasing the ad budget. And one more step you can add into it is that create influencer marketing videos, create user generated content for your customers, so that you can actually run ads to those user generated content, reviews of the products. If you can get this done by the influencers or normal people who are using, the usual users who are using, if you can get videos, it doesn't have to look high quality or anything. Those are raw and real videos of your customers using your products. So create those influencer videos and you can run ads to that. So this itself, so these numbers which I have put here, these are tentative just to show you the examples. So by spending whatever we spend before that 28,000, your return might go to 59 with that. And the step 3 is, we are not still ready to scale your ad. The next step that you can do is renewal by WhatsApp. This is basically, I've put it as renewal. This can be on some membership models, or it can be on e-commerce, it can be a product or service, whatever that requires your customers to come back to you. So basically what I mean by renewal is getting your existing customers to come back to you. So this can be done through WhatsApp. You can send broadcast of some of the new offers, or SMS. You can send them the offers of what is the weekend offer that is there. And then after that, the next step is, if you don't get response, you can even get the telesales team to do it. That is what happens when, especially when they have put something into the cart, and then, or probably in the case of COD orders, cash on delivery orders. At that time, you can actually get confirmation from WhatsApp, and then later on you can actually do telesales team to call if you don't get confirmation from them. Just by increasing these steps, your ad, without increasing the ad spend, it can go to 28 to 76. So this is again tentative numbers I'm saying, just to understand the volume of those changes, how much you can actually get from that. Then the next step, you are still not ready to scale. Because again, there is one more thing you can do is, a lot of businesses lose money because of the cancellations that come on cash on delivery order. Sometimes what happens is when they deliver, there's nobody to receive the order. So this is all going into the loss of the business. So there also you can improve. So your intention as a marketer is to increase the profits of the company, right? So you need to actually remove those leakages in the funnel wherever we are losing. So what happens is, before the shipping, if any of the cash on delivery orders, it has to be confirmed through WhatsApp. So what all this WhatsApp which I'm referring to is not the normal WhatsApp business you see. It's more of the WhatsApp API, which is basically a lot of companies that offer WhatsApp API setup, which is a business verified WhatsApp in which you can set up chatbots. So you don't have to do these manually. This has to be set up through your CRMs and through your automation, so that the moment there is a COD order, it goes as a WhatsApp for confirmation, and once you get the confirmation, or sometimes they don't confirm, right, then only you need to involve your telesales team to call and confirm the order. So this way again your profitability has increased even without actually increasing the ad budget. We are not yet ready to scale the ad. So we have more things that you can do. So now we have actually checked your funnel, you checked what is leaking in the funnel, it's all done. The next thing that you can do here is add upsells. So there may be some products which are obvious upsells to those products which the customer has already bought. So you can actually create some products which are very similar or which are complementary to the products that is already bought, and while checking out, you can add the upsell option on your website. So the most customers are likely to purchase such upsells as well. So in that way also your revenue can go quite high. So you can see where we started from 28 to 56 to now it can go to 28 to 172. So that is what happens when we add these checkpoints within the funnel. So now that all these steps can be done, we can actually start scaling the ads. So before you start pumping money into your ads, you need to look at your sales funnel as a whole, what are the things you can improve? So each stage, once you get success from your ads, then you go to the next level. So what I want to tell you is talk to your customers, conversation. Talk to your customers before you start scaling the spending that you're doing on your ads. So again, we talked about how to reduce the cash on delivery cancellations. So what happens is the moment some e-commerce order has come on the website, it has to be automated so that you are going to there is an automated message to confirm the order, confirm the address, confirm the delivery time. And also there is another option you could do. You can actually incentivize the customer to do a prepayment. So somebody might have placed a cash on delivery order. So you can actually send an automated message to them on WhatsApp telling, if you make a payment within 1 hour, you get a 10% discount. Or when they come as a cash on delivery, of course that option is there. But this way of incentivizing can actually make sure the order is confirmed before they are actually shipped. And again, shipping tracking via WhatsApp. So you can avoid the situation in which there is nobody there is available to collect when the order has come. Now you can think of it from the point of you as a customer. This might have happened to you as well, right? Because when we place an order on a website, if it's a new website, if you don't know about that website, you are worried, especially if the value of the item is high. You don't know if I can trust this website, but the moment you get a confirmation, you feel, okay, it's on the way. And when the tracking comes, okay, I know this day it's coming. So that the credibility and trust factor increases, and telling the customer that we are just one WhatsApp away, that also makes a difference. Because previously what happens is on the websites, you have to go and fill a form and wait for 1 or 2 days for somebody to respond. That is over. Nobody wants that. Customer has no patience. So you need to be in customer's brain. You need to be with the customer every time so that they feel that I can trust. There's somebody to answer my queries anytime that I want to, and they are just a WhatsApp away. And then now we look at how do you collect the WhatsApp number for your customer. So the first thing is, of course, the WhatsApp ads. When you run WhatsApp ads, basically when you're running an ads on Facebook or Instagram, it directly goes to your WhatsApp. Then the second option is registration on the website. So on the website registration also, along with your name, email, you can actually collect the WhatsApp numbers as well. You can also install WhatsApp chat button on the website, social media, so that you are encouraging people to start a conversation with you. And then you might have seen the pop-ups on website, right? You can actually do a pop-up on the website with a discount coupon, and you can actually say you WhatsApp, your discount coupon will come in your WhatsApp. You enter your number. So that is one way you can actually collect the WhatsApp numbers of customers. And then another creative way of doing is, on the delivery box, you can put a QR code and you can say, scan this QR code to get your next discount by WhatsApp. So again, that is a WhatsApp number that you can collect. Then the next one is Facebook ads and Instagram, that is actually offering discount coupon that will get delivered to your WhatsApp. It is not about any product, it is more about sending a discount coupon to the customer. If they click on it, it will directly go to your WhatsApp with a coupon, so that they are incentivized to click. Otherwise, why would they give their data away to you? So these are the ways in which you can collect the WhatsApp of your customers. Now, how do you get repeat customers using WhatsApp? So this is what happens in the process. Once the order is placed, like we said, you need to communicate with the customer as soon as possible. So basically it has to be automated, so that the moment an order is placed, they get a WhatsApp message, your order is confirmed. Then the next thing, you will automatically, by the next day when you're shipping, or if it's the same day, whatever, when the shipping process begins, it has to go to their WhatsApp with the tracking order. And then next thing is, you can actually get creative, especially for the product-based businesses. You can even send a relevant how to use video of the product by WhatsApp. That will be a surprise to a lot of customers. They'll be like, okay, they're sending us the creative ways to use the product. And then it can also, you can send feedback. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's not ads for Facebook. Feedback, you can ask for feedback through WhatsApp. After a few days, you can actually send automated message asking for the feedback on the product. And if the feedback is very good, that needs to be tagged in your CRM, so that the next thing is, after a few days, you can actually send a recommendation of next product which is logical to that customer based on the product he has already bought. For example, if that person has bought diapers, then the next thing you know that baby, they have a baby of 1 to 2 year old, you can actually send another discount or another suggestion for formula, baby formula milk. So these kind of logical products that the customer is likely to buy, you can send with a discount again, so that they are incentivized to buy. And once they have become a returning customer for you, you can actually send them next thing asking for a referral. You can send this referral codes to your friends, so that when they make the first order from our website, you will get a discount on your next order, as well as they will get a discount on the first order. That is called referral marketing. So all these things can be communicated by using WhatsApp API. So combination of performance marketing, which is basically the ads formula which I said before, when you combine it with WhatsApp marketing, it can bring in stellar results. So this is being implemented. I believe in UAE it's not so much yet, but in India this is very much being implemented by a lot of e-commerce websites. Conversation marketing is becoming like the best thing that is happening in the marketing world in India, and it is becoming quite good here in the UAE market as well now. Now let's look at how the SMEs can implement conversation marketing. So everything that I discussed till now, it is mostly by using WhatsApp APIs, and you need to actually have a WhatsApp business account similar to the one you might have seen RMX and all are using when they are delivering something to you. Now when it comes to SMEs, how are you going to implement conversation marketing? So first of all, collecting the data. So collecting data is, again, you need to have the WhatsApp number. So these you can use the very similar things which we discussed for the other one, how to collect data. It can be through when a customer has already placed an order. You can, on the box, you can actually send a QR code in which you can say you can get a discount when you scan that QR code, and it goes through WhatsApp. So there are different ways in which you can do that. And you can keep in touch with them personally through DMs. It can be through Instagram DMs, it can be through WhatsApp DMs. So when this is in the terms of small businesses. In the case of small businesses, the customer base is not huge. So you can actually talk to your customers, and you can actually build that relation in that way. And then the normal WhatsApp business which you have on your phone, they have the WhatsApp broadcast facility. But don't broadcast to every contact you have. Make sure you segregate it, because one customer who bought one particular item may not be interested in the other item. So you have different broadcast segments so that they don't get irritated. That is also an important factor. Like you are getting into that space of your customer, so that it has to be something relevant to them, so that otherwise it will be like they get too much messages and they might even block you out. So don't do that. And then you can actually set up automated welcome messages using WhatsApp Business, so that when somebody messages you, at the moment they're getting an answer, and along with that you can actually add frequently asked questions, so that it's much easier for them to get answers even when you are away. And next thing is reduce the time gap from inquiry to response. So in the previous one, WhatsApp API, we are going to integrate everything is automated. But when it comes to SMEs, small businesses, and if you're using the normal WhatsApp web, WhatsApp business, in that case, what happens with a lot of small businesses is, especially through Instagram DMs, etc., they might get a message, hey, I have an inquiry for cake. Okay, so in that case, what happens is, if you answer to them after 2 days, probably they already placed an order with another baker. So this should not happen. So the time gap from your first inquiry to the response, that shouldn't be huge, because when someone is placing an inquiry with you, that is the moment that lead is very hot. They are ready to make the purchase. Don't give them an opportunity to go to your competitors. So now if you're a solopreneur, or if you're a very small business, you may not have that time to always be on WhatsApp or always be on DMs, right? So in that case, you can actually hire a virtual assistant or somebody who can support you with this. You don't have to hire someone for a full time. You can hire someone part time, so that the enquiries are always cleared. You don't give an opportunity for them to go and inquire somewhere else and get the business. So that is one mistake I see a lot of small businesses make in terms of conversation marketing. And the next one is building a rapport. That is always build a relation with your customers by having daily or weekly communication with them. So as a small business, you don't have a huge database, right? So within the database, you can actually segregate your customers and you can make sure that your relation with them is good. So you can actually track it. So it's like every month I'm going to connect with 1 or 2 of my customers. I'll have a one-on-one call with them. I'll also talk to them or over WhatsApp. I'll just inquire, just like the example I said about my parents, right? What happened was the supermarket called them and asked them, hey auntie, uncle, how are you? Is there anything wrong? So that is the way you can build a rapport with your customers as a small business. Again, that was not the owner of the business. That was a receptionist at the supermarket that called. So you don't have to actually make it, like I said in the beginning, I have shown you a lot of flow charts, but it's not so complicated. It's about human to human connection, talking to people. So how do you implement this conversation marketing on other platforms? So WhatsApp we have discussed quite well now. So that is already done. Now when it comes to Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp business, so all these features, again, like I said, you can hire a VA. You don't have to let your hot leads become cold. And then you can also use broadcast feature to communicate anything that is new in your business. Maybe you are offering a new service, maybe you are buying something, you are introducing a new product, or you have a seasonal discount. At that time, again, segregate your broadcast groups. Don't send it to everybody. Send it to the ones who are relevant and categorize it, and if to each category you send the offer that is relevant to them. So now again, the last point is, even if you are going to hire a marketing agency, or if you are going to hire a team who will be doing your WhatsApp marketing and your conversation telecalls, make sure they know your business in and out. So you need to train them properly that your ideal, before even that, you should be clear about who your ideal customer is. So you need to do your proper ideal customer analysis. You need to know what the market analysis is about, and you need to be able to communicate that with your customer, with the team that is going to follow up with your customers. Your team should also know the core values, be it agency or be it somebody who you are hiring. It is your responsibility that you should be communicating your brand values and your core values to this team. And then the team also should be trained for emotional intelligence, because sometimes when they make the call, the customer may not be in a very good mood. So if he gets angry, they should not get upset. They should be trained in such a way that they have that emotional intelligence to handle whatever mood the customer is in without losing your customer. They should be having that intelligence to back out and call later. They should not be like too pushy, too salesy. Mostly the tele-sales, what we have discussed about, it is more about getting the feedback, understanding what struggle the customer is in while placing the order. Probably there is an error on your website. So these kind of feedback you're actually calling, not to push the sales. And then yes, so that's all. Again, you can also, if possible, you can also provide them sales trainings so that they know exactly how to deal with your customers. So that's all for today. So I am leaving my WhatsApp here as well. You can all WhatsApp me and or email me or connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram. So if you have any questions regarding what we discussed, feel free to ask me. Any questions? Tell me, how are you going to implement WhatsApp marketing in your business? Anybody wants to volunteer? Yes, please. What's your good name? Azim. Yes, tell me, what business are you into?
I'm founder of
Events company. Okay. Would you like to come here so that it gets captured? Yes, yes.
Right. So it's a car events company, and we deal in both customers and B2B. So when it comes to B2C, this is what I was doing
That's nice.
That while. It's not just me, it's two other people with me who are the co-founders as well. So I handle the operations and the part where you mentioned, when hiring someone for the responses, that is something that we've been really focused on. So the way we work is not through WhatsApp ideally.
Okay.
But we follow like more or less the same system when we convert someone from the leads from Instagram to
You put them basically into your CRM.
Yes. So
Okay.
the way it works is that we run our ads on Instagram,
Okay.
and then we get leads, and then the moment someone DMs, we have a WhatsApp group, and that's where we update on
Okay.
ourselves. So we say XYZ has DM.
Okay.
I'm taking responsibility of
Okay,
responding.
you assign. Is that a chat bot on your website or is it on the WhatsApp?
No, I mean, this right now I'm talking about the Instagram only.
Okay, Instagram DMs.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. So we get inquiries, and then we basically tell them what is it that we do,
Okay.
and then eventually if they're interested, then they DM me.
Okay, that's
WhatsApp, and
good.
then we go to
So that's how your customer's conversation journey is. That's good. What are you on Instagram? What's the name of the business?
It's Easy Car Events.
Easy Car Events. Please feel free to tag him so that he gets a business as well. Thank you so much. Please give a big hand to him. Anyone else wants to discuss about their business, how they are planning to implement or are already planning conversation in their business? Would you like to try? Okay, any more questions you have on WhatsApp or any related to conversation marketing, feel free to DM me or message me on LinkedIn or Instagram. You can find me as Bilna Sandeep, and you can also WhatsApp me. My number is here, and email is here as well. So thank you so much for coming. Have a happy weekend, all of you. Thank you. Thank you.